Hello and welcome back to another episode of Flyer News Movie Reviews. I'm Alex Hirsch, and today I'm going to be bringing you a review for the film Hardcore Henry. It's a little bit more under the radar than the films I usually cover, but hey, it has a very interesting premise with a very interesting gimmick that flows throughout the entire film. So without further ado, let's take it away to that review now. So the film was directed by Eli Nashler, and it stars Haley Bennett, Charlotte Copley, and that's it. Really, that's actually it. This film has a very, very small cast. So the plot of this film is that it follows this guy named Henry, who you can probably presume based on the title is a little bit intense, wakes up in this weird chamber that he finds himself being put back together, and now he's getting robotic ones put in, as well as some other augmentations to make him able to do a bunch of amazing inhuman feats. He also wakes up to Haley Bennett, who says that she's his wife, and then tragedy strikes. The entire facility gets overrun by a bunch of militia forces, and then they have to escape. Unfortunately, Henry's wife is captured, and then this becomes essentially your standard first-person shooter. Seriously, this film is shot with a GoPro, and it's all from the first-person perspective of Henry. So the film has to completely rely on this guy, who can't even speak for that matter, to show us this entire world. And somehow we're not supposed to get vertigo. How they do this? I don't know, but they did it. Let's begin with the most interesting part of this episode now, the camera work. The camera work is all what Henry sees. It's all him just looking at the world. He runs around, he beats people up, he does parkour, and yet somehow throughout all this, the camera maintains a steady, stable shot for the most part. You can see everything that's going on. You almost forget the fact that this is all first person. Yes, there are some clever editing techniques that they use, and definitely some fast cuts you can visibly see, but those are mostly just to keep the plot going at a very fast pace. And that's where we get to some criticism with this movie. The fact that the pacing of it is kind of all over the place. I mean, there are some moments when it's really slow and you're getting to learn about characters, specifically Charlotte Copley, who I gotta say is phenomenal in this film, constantly showing that he can do any role. He's basically the support character to get Henry from action scene to action scene. And that's the problem with the movie. The movie is all about getting from one action scene to another, and when you're in the action scene, it's fun. But then you have the meandering, the walking to the next action scene. And that can kind of get a little bit tiresome. It doesn't try to have some grandiose statement about what makes humans humans, what makes humanity humanity. Instead, it just wants to give us a fun time, show us a unique way to film action, and that's where we get to the final score. I'm gonna give Hardcore Henry 3.5 out of 5 flyers. This film is a very fun film. If you like hardcore action, as shown in the title, you're gonna love this film. I do have a few nitpicks, such as the fact that some of the sound editing isn't necessarily perfect. They also have a lot of times when you can really tell that this is CGI. And for the reasons I mentioned, I'm just gonna have to give it one angry head. It's not a too frustrating movie, but it does have its flaws. With that being said, that was my review for the movie Hardcore Henry. I'm Alex Hirsch, and I will see you guys next time.